I have been putting this project off for like a solid week. Still really don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I committed, and I do want to do it, but there's always something that I have to be putting off, and this is it, and we're done. We're done with that. It's been a week, and I'm making this entire guide tonight. Hello everybody, if you don't know me, my name is Paige. I am the owner of SawyersWackyArt, and I do literally everything because I am so freaking fantastic. I'm kidding, I just don't really know how to do intros. Though I'm really not kidding, because I do kind of do all the crocheting. That's kind of the whole point of owning a business, mate. And we're going to be working on something new and exciting and a custom. I love doing customs, and I'm excited. I was about to say that I haven't done a custom in so long, but I literally did a custom like 4 weeks ago. It was for a stingray and toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. Those were fun. They are now new items that I carry normally with me to like markets and stuff, and hopefully online soon too, since I have that now, which is still a new development for me, by the way. My website, still a new development. That's fantastic though. I love it and I'm so excited. Any freaking cadoodles. Not the point. The point today is that we are going to be creating a guy from, I believe, a video game. I literally have no idea who this little guy is from. He is absolutely stinking adorable though, and I love him, honestly. He just looks so happy and so filled with joys that he's just fantastic. I do have myself a wee little reference board. Y'all have already seen what he looks like. Thank you, editing me. Please do your job correctly. But I'm excited. Those 4 photos are kind of like the vibe. That's what I'm going for. He's going to be sitting, and he's got a really big head, and his mouth is going to be open, like he's going to have like the void mouth, and I think that's everything. Because I've literally never made this guy before, and I've never even heard of him, I did have to Google some things, so these are the notes that I took for the one that I'm going to be making. His mouth is going to be open. I am not adding an actual zipper to him. He is getting a crocheted zipper. He's got to be about 2 feet tall from foot to head. That is what the people asked for. And he has 10 fingers and no toes. A little bit weird, kind of unsettles me a little bit, but I'm gonna do it. I don't know why he's got 10 fingers and no toes. Maybe he's got a backstory there. I don't know. But anytime I am making a pattern from scratch, which is what I'm doing for this guy, I always start with the body and then I do the head. Why do you start with the body, Paige? Thank you so much for asking. I start with the body because for whatever reason, hands and feet are the hardest thing for me to proportion. Heads, super easy. Bodies, those just work up with the limbs. But freaking fingers and toes, if the characters have them, so difficult for no reason. Great example of this would be my Meowth that I made a couple months ago. He's ginormous because I could not figure out how to make his paws have the same detail smaller. Same with his toes. Okay, sue me. I make really big plushies sometimes. Absolutely sue me. Anyways, this guy is actually probably going to be pretty easy because the hardest thing about him is going to be sewing his details on. I kid you not, I think I might spend longer sewing his details on than crocheting all of his body parts. But before I forget, I do want to show you the color palette we're working with and where the yarn comes from because I need to start including that more. I don't know why I don't. We're going to start today. For his main body, I am actually trying out a new yarn brand from Hobby called Toucan. I have used this before one other time in another custom project I did when I made ribbons, which was that one person's character. However, I think I only used it for like his ears or something. Like it wasn't anything huge like this. So we're going to be trying out Toucan and seeing how I like it because they have more color options for me. I'm excited. If I like it, obviously. I don't know if I'm gonna like it yet. This is Hobby's Toucan in the color 30. I don't actually have the name of the color, but if you go onto their website, each color like picture will have a number with it, and then the color has an actual name. I don't know why it's not printed on the label. But this is color 30. I hope that's helpful in some way. For the parts where he's got like those little pieces of him sewn together, I'm just using a little bit of scrap brown that I found in my stash. I know this is from Premiere, but I'm not sure what the exact color is called. I'm gonna look it up after this and figure it out, and editing me will tell you. Editing me has a lot of jobs apparently. But that's what this color is called, and it's a Premiere Parfait chunky yarn. Literally my favorite. And then the same thing for the zipper. For the zipper itself, I have this tiny little bit of gray that I'm hoping will be enough. which I also don't remember the color of. But again, once again, Premier Parfait Chunky in this color. Thank you, edited me. And then because I have so little gray, I'm literally only going to use this to make the actual zipper part, and then all of the teeth I'm going to be sewing on with this light gray that I grabbed from my stash. If I'm remembering correctly, this is from Big Twist, which was a Joann's brand yarn, and I don't even know if you can get it anymore, but I do love it. I don't remember the color of it. I've been working off of this ball of yarn using this for details for literally like 4 years now. It is fantastic. I love Big Twist, and I will forever mourn the loss of them in my Joann's stores. I do miss Joann's every day of my life. But our official start time is going to be 6:48. By the time we're filming, it'll probably be like 6:50, and we are going to start with doing his legs. You know what? Actually, I'm lying. We're going to start with his hands because he only has fingers. He doesn't have toes, and I got to figure out those fingers first, so everything else is proportionate. So without further ado, let's go get started on making this guy's hands. Okay, so if it wasn't obvious, it is not the same day. It is the next day. This next evening, to be precise. Approximately 7 p.m., 6:46. But I did finish the 2 arms yesterday. I know that I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna finish this whole thing in one day. Who the heck do I think I am? Like, who the actual heck do I think I am? But I did get these 2 arms done, which I did film with you guys. And then one of my best friends, who I literally have not talked to in forever, called me. And while we were on the phone talking, I made the legs. For whatever freaking reason, one of the legs came out shorter than the other one. So I'm just going to add a row of single crochets. No one say anything. It's fine, because I think that's where I messed up. I think I just forgot a row of single crochet at the end. But that does mean that we are moving closer and closer to being done with this guy. So we have arms and we have legs. The next logical step is to make his body, so that is what we are going to go do now. I'm actually quite excited for this part because once you do the body, you kind of see it all come together, and I'm excited to see that happen. So I really don't have much more to say. We got some arms, we got some legs, and I think it's time to make the torso. Are you ready? Awesome. Let's go do just that. Alrighty, you guys, it is 9:15, which means it's like 3-4 hours later, but I have finished Sackboy's body, and this is what it looks like. He obviously still needs his little, like, I'm gonna call them attachment details, because he's like a sack sewn together, and he needs his zipper and a head, but this is like his base body, and I am so happy. But I do just want to bring up that when I originally quoted this person about making one of these, I said I could make one that was about 3 feet tall from like foot to head for about $150. Everything is 100% about. I don't know how much it's going to cost until I finish the product because I freehand everything, especially if I've never made it before. Okay, that's like basis information. I told this lovely person that I'm like, hey, I can make it this tall. It'll be probably about this, but I can't give you an exact thing. Okay, literally what I just said. Wow, I'm going insane. But he was like, cool, can we do it 2 feet tall? And I said, sure. I was totally guesstimating that it would be about $100 for this guy, right? About 2 feet tall. Like my mouth that I made is like 135. I think it's 165, which is why we're running into this issue. Okay, here's why we're talking about this. I totally big time undercut myself on my price because I am really bad at measurements and was texting this guy back in the middle of the market. 100% on me, 100% my own fault. And I am going to take the fall for this. I can tell you right now, I am not going to be making what I should be making on this custom order. And I'm telling you guys about it because I remember when I first started my business and I was taking custom orders, I was like, what do I do? Like, I messed up. Like, how do I go about this? But I'm just going to call it like it is and be like, hey, I quoted you this much as an estimate. I don't feel right making it like $70 to $100 more than what I quoted you. That's not okay. That's not okay for me as a person. Like if someone did that to me, I'd be like, whoa, not cool, bro. So my error, you're gonna get this for the price that I originally thought it would be at. And I'll take the loss. L for me. Okay? And I'm so aware that there's like a 50-50 chance that they'd be like, oh, cool, let me play the full price anyway, or okay, cool, I'll pay this whatever price. I don't care what the outcome is. I feel so passionate about the stuff that I make, and I want people to come with me to everything, and like I want to do it. You know what I mean? Like I probably would have made one of these eventually if more people had asked for it. It just happens to be that it's from a custom. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense? I don't think I'm actually making any sense right now. My point is that if you mess up as a small business owner, it's okay. Me too. I think this is really just me trying to give advice to little me of, hey, it's okay to mess up. Take accountability for it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I bring that up because I really don't know what I'm doing. And sometimes I feel like I present myself like I know exactly what I'm doing, but girl, I got no idea. I got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. We're all guessing. It's fine. I think I actually just kind of wanted to get it out in the universe that I messed this up. And I don't want to tell the person who ordered this, hey, I messed up first. You know, I need to tell somebody else. So y'all on my backboard, you're welcome. But here's the body. Which, if I were to stop him right now, he would be about $120. I'm already not going to make it back, which is why I'm like talking about this. I don't know. I keep bringing it up. Anyways, his body's done. All that I have left to do is his head and his details. However, I really am starting to feel a little bit of project burnout from this guy because of him just being brown. So I'm going to step back from him for tonight and we will reconvene in the morning. Or not the morning, probably tomorrow evening to finish this guy up. Hopefully in his entirety. But I got nothing else important to say about that, so let's cut to finishing this guy. Hello, friends. Obvious, it is actually not anywhere near the last time we talked, but I am officially bringing this project back, and we're finishing it today. I don't know if I ever showed y'all, but the body is completely done. Oh no, I totally showed you, and then I had myself a little rant. Okay, yeah, you've seen this before. But here's the body. It looks absolutely fantastic. My next step for this guy is doing his head. And I'm really intimidated by it because of the shape, but I think I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm not going to share with you what exactly that is, because if it doesn't work, I'll be embarrassed that I think this is going to work, but I have like a rough idea. I'm also extremely worried about the fact that his mouth has to be open. I've done it once before. I did it once before with a pattern when I was first learning how to crochet not even first learning how to crochet. It was like 4 years ago. So when I was first about a year into crocheting, I did it using a pattern, and it's going to be completely different than what I'm going to do with this. So a little bit intimidated, a little bit excited, but we're going to cross the bridge of doing this guy's head because I need to get this order done. I think that's all that I have for now. I'm going to go see how long it takes me to do this head. We are starting at 1:55 p.m. I don't think I'm going to be done until 3, realistically, but we will see. Okay, I'm going to go cross the hardest bridge in crochet history. I'm ready. Okay, so it is totally not 3. It is literally 7 p.m., although I did eat dinner and take a shower. But I finished his head and I sewed it on. Let me show it to you. Here is our friend and what he is looking like now. I can't really get him all in frame. He is quite large. He is still missing his tongue, but my fingers can go inside of his mouth. And I would just like to say that before anybody says to me, his neck is floppy, I know. I explained to the person who ordered him, I'm like, hey, his head's bigger than his body. Weight distribution wise, he probably won't be able to hold it up on his own if you're like carrying him around, I could put like floral wire or a dowel in there to keep him straight, or I could just leave him floppy. It's totally up to you. And they asked to leave him floppy. So he is here in all of his floppy goodness. I forgot I was holding the mic. I would also like to point out that I know that his head looks like it's too big for his body, but that's what he looks like. Okay. I double checked. I asked my mom, and I was like, Mom, like, he's good, right? Like, I know his head's bigger than his body, but that's what he looks like. And she agreed with me. So, here he is. 4 limbs and a head, all put together. All that I have left to do now is pretty much his details. I have to make and sew in his ton, make and sew on his zipper, add all of his zipper teeth, and then add all of his little like lines of where his sack connects. And if you think that sounds like a lot, it's because it is. And it does. And I'm still going to be here for a couple of hours. I love doing detailed pieces like this, but my god, guys, do they take 5 ever. Literally 5 ever. Anyways, it is officially time to finish his last little tidbits. It is currently 6:56 p.m. I am hoping I can finish him by 10. That gives me 4 hours. I think I can do it. Believe in me, please. But I think it's time that I actually go finish him. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, it is 45 minutes earlier than I said it was going to be. It is 9:12 p.m. and he's all done. He's all done. I actually probably finished him more like at 9, but I have taken photos of him and sent them to the person who ordered him. And good news, he loves it. Honestly, this is one of the most intimidating custom orders I've ever had to do because I don't actually know like who this guy is. I just went off of pictures and vibes. But I think he came out good. I like him. As a final little tour, here's his head in all of his absolute glory. His mouth does open. Nom, nom, nom. He's got his little tongue in there. He has a zipper. I crocheted the zipper because it looked better than me putting an actual zipper on there because proportionately that would have looked dumb. He's got his zipper teeth all the way down, and then he's got his little like what I'm calling connecting lines all over his body. I did look up, like, I'm not even kidding you, 100 million like video photo references to try to get him as perfect as possible. I spent like almost an hour trying to see if I could find like the back version of him, and I couldn't, so I just kind of hope that this is what he looks like from the back too. I don't know. I'm hoping. He said he loved it, and I'm gonna go off of that. But he is all done, and then tomorrow I'm going to send him off to his new home. So we're done. We did it. Yay! I don't think I'm ever gonna get over him. He is fantastic. I'm kind of sad I have to give him away. I've been carrying him like this. He's like my little toddler. Anywho, with that, thank you all so much for joining me today for building a little sack boy together. This was a ton of fun, and I am so glad that I got this guy done. With just a few days to spare too, but I did do it, and he is beautiful. But until next Saturday when we take on another crochet project, I hope that you are having just as much fun with your projects as I had making this guy. Y'all stay safe, happy, and healthy, and I cannot wait to see what we take on next week. Bye!